All right, stream starting. All right, so today, he's going to be talking about the standard rule changes going into set 3. So as said in the producer letter, so we said that the standard meta is within expectations there, but as the producer and the development team, so I apologize for making you worry, and I apologize for causing any negative emotion. So let's talk about specifically what the rule changes will be. Please show the slide. Okay, so the fighters will be changing, which will be revealed on Friday, which will be only for standard. And so the... Oh, trigger cards, critical triggers, draw triggers, and front triggers will all be limited to a maximum of 8 in standard specifically. This will not be in V or premium. That's very interesting. Alright, then for premium, the premium, so the standard restriction will go into effect in Japan this Friday on the 24th of September. For premium, we will reveal the restrictions for premium on the 28th of September, next Tuesday, and they will go into effect on the 1st of October. Yeah, so the restrictions for premium will be announced next week Tuesday, and they will go into effect next week Friday. For premium. We do not have any plans for any announcements for V premium today. So these were the announcements for the rule changes. I'm very sorry for causing any inconvenience, as well as for causing any worries. So that is it for my forward on this stream, but you also have a speech from Kidani Kaicho on after this. Kidani Kaicho is here. So on the January live stream, we introduced more regulations. So we have asked for everyone's understanding and to, start Vanguard again. And it's really a shame that we had to announce a form of ruling change after it's not even been a year yet. So the anime going into the second season will be going back to a more hobby anime feel. So we believe that working with the Vanguard production team and Yuhodo, the game producing team, we believe we need to make the game, more fun and more exciting. So right now I'm planning to spend, he said, I work on many projects, as we all know, he's on pro wrestling, on all the music production and all the other card games that Bushro does, but he's spending half of his time now for Vanguard. So it is thanks to Vanguard that, my life is where it is. So he's talking about, working with card shops, we've spread the game to so many regions, and talking about how he's visited many shops over these last 10 years. People from Japan, people from all over the world. So he doesn't want these kind of events to happen again, for the people that love the game from Japan, from all over the world. So he's asking for one more chance from the players for for Bushroad, for himself, for Yuhodo, for the development team. The first title we made was Vice Schwartz. So is that, we felt this sense of fear because if Vice didn't work out when we first launched it, Bushroad as a company would fall as well, because that was their only IP back then, I think. Or it was their first card game. So he said basically, if you have any kind of concerns, if things feel out of place, or if things feel like, something you're unsatisfied with, please directly tell us. Email us, DM us, message us your concerns. So we'll continue to work and do our best with Vanguard for many years to come. So we please ask for your support. If you don't know the context, this is why I made the video on Friday. I made the video on Friday to explain what happened in the Japanese community, and as I expected, it is addressed. This feels very, very heavy. This feels very, very heavy. It's like I forgot to tell you one more thing. Actually, there's something I did half a year ago that I'd like to bring back. It's this live stream. Oh! We're bringing back the Dokovan live streams on Fridays. Oh, that's sweet. The Doko Demo Vanguard, the Dokovan live streams will be coming back starting from October. This is really nice. I like the Dokovan streams. I didn't think Bruce would get hit. I didn't think Bruce would get hit, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's only for D, only for D. V Premium and Premium can still play any kind of combination of triggers. So you can still play 16 crit in your Gabriels and Astral Poets, etc. Well, yeah, all the lyrical decks also... Yeah, 8 maximum of a type of trigger per deck is the restriction for Standard. I think that is the right move. I think that is the right move, and it makes sense. It's a bit of a shame for some decks, I guess, that wanted that kind of thing, but I think it's better to keep the overall power level of the game down by keeping triggers to a maximum of 8. And I think it also, like, I said this in my banlist predictions, I didn't think that Bruce would get hit, because it still has glaring weaknesses, and a lot of decks are catching up to its power level as well. So I think it's fine. Lyrical Monasterio's rip, yeah, for Willista that really hurts. For Willista that really hurts. And I wonder when this restriction will come into effect in English, in particular. We get it on Friday as well? Really? Oh, we have 2 new promos for V and Premium. So, for Link Joker we have the Grade 2, which says when placed on Vanguard Rearguard Circle, Soul Blast 1 and reveal a discard 1 deleter from your hand, and then search your deck for 2 deleter cards, discard them, and shuffle your deck, and if you discarded 2, draw 1. And then when placed on Rearguard Circle, oh no, when retired from Rearguard Circle, counterblast 1, choose a deleter grade 3 from your drop zone and add it to your hand. And then the other card is a Dark Irregulars, grade 2 with 9k power. For every 5 cards in your soul, the cost to discard from your hand for this effect decreases by 1. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, counterblast 1, discard 4 cards, and choose one of the following. Choose one of your units, and for that turn it gains plus 10k power, or choose one of your units, and for that battle it cannot be hit. Oh, so it's like a kind of like a Heal Guardian-y grade 2, they have to counterblast 1 and discard 4, but for every 5 cards in your soul, the discard cost decreases by 1. So if you have 20 cards in soul, it's CB1 for a... Yeah, it's Dantarian support, right? It's Dantarian support. Cool. Oh, and this is the standard promo. So it is a Stoicheia grade 2 with 5k power that has base critical 2. So this unit can only attack... This unit can only attack during the 4th battle of any turn. This unit can only attack during the 4th battle of any turn, but it has 5k power and it has 2 base critical. It's kind of funny. Oh, you can give it the power from Ginosla to power it up, and then he with 2 crit. I guess it's Magnolia support, yeah. It's an interesting little Magnolia promo. So the nice fight and random prize for shop tournament for standard this upcoming month will be a triple rare foil Mukka with frameless design. It will be a triple rare foil with frameless design. So yeah, in standard you can only use a maximum of 8 criticals or a maximum of 8 draws or a maximum of 8 fronts. That looks really sick, wow. That's clean, that's clean. Okay, so we'll be showing off the SPs. Damn, that's a pretty pattern. That looks like the BT07 triple rare pattern. Damn, that looks so pretty. Wow, that's very pretty. Yes, that's my boy. Oh, very handsome, very handsome. He looks so good too. I guess this grade 3 becomes worse now, because you're locked to 8 crits. Damn, that's a cool... Damn, the dog looks so good. Yo, what the dog doing? Yo, what the dog doing? Yo, the pattern for this? Damn. 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 They're... What? They all have such different patterns. Oh my god.
まあもちろん私みたいな能力で組むんじゃ子もいるけど、カード1枚でこの能力気に入ったからこれ中心に組むわって人もいますけど。
Oh, the meteor SP looks insane. Oh my god. Wow. Wow.
そこか。なるほど。そうか。お前そういうことか。はい。なるほど。地獄やんけ。なるほど。
It's like it's gonna be hell to get these SP rocks. Oh wow, damn, these look so good. They look insanely good, man. Alright, that's it for this week. Next week's news will be, ooh, we have Mire's and Masanori's voice actors as guests, as we'll have a anime season 2 special, and we will also find out the start deck 6 Mire's new cards, which will include the Babasagara, ride line, as well as the gimmicks of the deck. Alright, so the gimmicks, card abilities, the whole ride line. Are they going to be accomplices? Who knows? And we also have this campaign.
次回終盤生配信中にキーワードを発表します。ヴァンガード公式をフォローしてそのキーワードとハッシュタグ終盤をつけてツイートした人の
Okay, so next week they're going to give out certain keywords and you have to tweet hashtag like weekly van with those keywords while following the official Vanguard account. And then I guess there'll be some prizes. Oh, sign cards! People will win personalized signed cards. That's nice. And premium ban list next week too, yeah.
最後にサプライズじゃないですけど、ちゃんとお話少しだけできればと思います。今日ね D スタンのお話が冒頭にあったと思いますけれども、まあドクター来たからもうちょっと違う情報あるかなということで、ちょっとだけ出して。
Hey, the Scarlet gift sub came through. Let's go. Thanks again, Azur.
P スタンの話。
Blue Angel sign card. That's right.
ようやくですね、皆さんお待たせしましたね。調整というか、これから遊べる環境として調整しました。
Delicious, I see you.
ドクターにも届きました、拍手。
Alright, so premium. So next week we'll finally talk about premium restrictions. So I won't be there next week, so let me say this now. Okay, this is so important. I love Dr. O a billion times more than I already did. Oh. Alright, so I just want to hear everything. I want to let him finish first. So yeah, it's like I have seen... I know the premium restriction list, so the announcement will be next week. So then we'll finally be able to talk about it next week. So let me say this first. So it's like, from what I saw, this looks like something that might be misunderstood easily. So because I won't be there next week, let me say this now. So the reason why the restrictions took so long this time is because, of course, Vanguard is looking at overseas, at the global scene. Specifically for premium. Or in particular for premium. Not specifically, but in particular with premium. So it's like, you know, looking at the different trends and the decks that are popular. And then for the premium that is played in Japan. So it's like, you know, and then in Japan, people look at like this deck and that deck and that deck. And they say like, oh, these are all like so strong. It's like, but it's so strong. Like it's fine for them to be that strong. But then there are certain things within those that are kind of like, as a game, is that okay to have? So they're kind of talking about like, you know, these interactions and these certain kinds of cards are like, is it okay for us to have this as a card game? And so there will be quite a few of those kind of situations next week, is basically what he's saying. So it's like, of course I understand when certain decks are super strong and it is fun, right? I understand that it's fun when certain decks are super strong.
P さんってそういう遊び方なんで。
So of course, like premium has that kind of play style to it as well.
で、そこの塩梅の調整に結構時間かかったという感じ。
And so it took up quite a long, like, he's basically saying like he wants people to understand that like that's a big reason why the restriction list took so long.
で、ございますというところですね。なので逆に言うと、
So like on the other hand,
これ入ったんや。
it's like if you think next week, if you see a certain card and think to yourself, like why is that card on the ban list?
結構英語とかで調べると。
And if you Google that card in English,
これ海外でこのデッキ流行ったねみたいな。
It's like, oh, this card appeared in like this and this deck overseas.
もう一部あったりとかするんで、非常にこのアンテナが高いヴァンガードファイターの皆さんはそういった意味では楽しみに、なんでこのデッキ入った、このユニットなんでここの規制入ったみたいな。
It's like, so if you next week, you look at the restrictions, you're like, why did this random common, end up on the restriction list?
逆に日本語だけ追っかける、情報を追っかけると見えないところもあるかもしれない。
So he says like there's a lot of things that you will not see if you only look at things in Japanese, or like if you only look at the information in Japanese, there's a lot of information that you may have missed. So he said like it's really fun if you take the time to research things a little bit in not just Japanese.
逆にP さんの遊んでる方ぜひ楽しんで面白がっていただくのが僕はいいと思います。
So it's like Dr. O says for me I want people to enjoy and have fun with premium.
で今後どこかここで呼ばれてる通りですね。P さん楽しんでいこうよっていうなんていうかモチベーションというかやっていこうよっていうのは今後ありますので。
So he's like he says like for me as Dr. O it's also like I want people to have like higher motivation and enjoy premium as well.
ぜひねそちらの方もまだちょっとね怖くて触ってないんだよね。なんかやばいコンボあるらしいじゃんみたいなの多分友達から聞いてる人いると思うんです
So it's like there's probably a lot of people that hear from their friends things like there's this like broken combo and there's this like broken interaction and maybe they don't feel comfortable like trying out premium.
今回結構そこに一旦メスが入って、それでもいやこのデッキとデッキとそのデッキ強いよねみたいな話に多分ファイターの間でなると思うんですよ。それをぜひねそっから入っていくっていうのも全然。
So yeah, said it's like after this restriction list, there will be like a good opportunity to get in there, right? Because a lot of those kind of like problematic things will be addressed. All right, look, that's it for me, for the doctor. Heavy stream. Thank you, Dr. O, for acknowledging the West. What a god. What a king. Roller coaster of a stream. Yep. The West is good for something. Yeah. Damn, that was a doozy for sure. I'm very happy about what Dr. O said there at the end. That is very, very comforting. That was a very, very heavy stream. That was a heavy stream, but I appreciate everything they did and everything they said, and I think that things are going in the right direction too.